y'all, welcome back to my channel. This is the look that I did for my goals of 2016 video. So if you like to see this look, keep on watching. If you like to see how I did my eyebrows, it's already a video done, so go watch it. And I'm already applying my lids with my MAC Painterly paint pot, and yes, I did get these Sigma brushes. So happy. If you want to know more about it, I'll make a video if you'd like, so let me know. Most of this look is based off of this whole palette. I made it really simple for y'all. I'm going to start off with the color Havana, and it is basically the same color as my skin. So this is going to be my transition shade, and I'm going to blend it into my crease to help blend out all of the colors that I'm going to be using for this look. Next, I'm going to use the color Espresso in the same palette, and it is a dark brown. It is the darkest brown in the medium tan palette, and I'm going to use it in the outer V in order to deepen up my crease. And I'm going to blend that out with the transition color to make everything blend together. Next, I'm going to use the color 10K, and it is a sparkly gold, usually used as a highlight for this palette. And I'm going to use it as my lid color and just pack it on with a flat shader brush. Now it's time to highlight that brow bone. I'm going to be using the color Peaches and Cream in the same palette because, like I said, I'm going to use this for the whole look. And I'm just going to lightly pack it right under the arch of my brow and bring it down slightly so that the blended crease will look a little more nice and my brow will look a little more defined. Now it's time for my gel liner. I love me a wing liner, and I use the Maybelline's EyeStudio gel liner in Blackest Black. And if you'd like a tutorial on how I do my winged liner, please like this video and comment down below #winged liner. And since not everyone can do perfect wing liners every single time, I'm just going to clean mine up with a little bit of makeup remover that I got from the drugstore. This is a oil-based makeup remover, and it really just wipes everything off simply. So if you mess up, just clean it up. Now it's time to do my face. I'm going to prime my face with MAC Prep and Prime, and then I'm going to use my Covergirl Queen Collection foundation in Almond Glow, and I tend to blend this out with a Real Techniques makeup sponge, which I prefer over the beauty blender because that's just my preference. If you like a video on the differences, because I have both, then let me know and I can do that for you also. So I'm just gonna blend that into my skin, and I just bounce the sponge on my face, basically. You all know how this goes. Next, I'm going to highlight my face with my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in Deep. I use this highlight concealer to highlight because it is brighter than my normal concealer, which I use for my eyebrows. And I don't really need to conceal, but I do need to highlight. So I highlight in the places that the light normally hit my face, under my eyes, on the bridge of my nose, my forehead, and I apply some on my chin, but just the excess from my beauty blender so I get a slight look, not the overpowering white look that you would get normally. And I'm just gonna blend it out. Next, I'm going to use this foundation that I got from BH Cosmetics that was way too dark for me and contour my face. And I'm just going to blend it out with the side that I used to blend out my foundation, so it blends with my foundation a little bit. Now I'm just going to carve out my contour with my same concealer that I used to highlight and just blend it out. Now I'm going to use the NYX Mineral Set It Don't Fret It loose powder in deep and this small makeup sponge to set my under eye and everywhere that I highlighted. And I'm only baking because I am going to be wearing this look for a very long time today, and I want it to last all day and look very good in pictures. So I'm going to set everywhere that I highlight, like I said before, and then blend out everywhere but my under eye area with my MAC setting powder. And this is also to set my foundation. Now I'm going to use the color Espresso and an angled contour brush to set my contour and also to deepen my contour a little more and make it all blend together. This is my favorite part. I love a chiseled face. I also hit the top of my forehead in the corners and also my jawline. And then I'll use a smaller brush to contour my nose. Next, I'm going to use my favorite blush in Raisin from MAC and just use a little bit. I'm not going to overdo it, and I like to blend it in with my contour. Then I'm just going to use one of my makeup brushes to wipe off the excess powder from under my eyes so that I don't look crazy. Then I'm going to set the rest of my face with the same MAC powder that I set my face with before. But this time, blend everything out. This is basically known as buffing. Now, my favorite part. I am going to be highlighting my face with the Forever Nudes palette from BH Cosmetics, and I'm going to be using the rose gold color at the top and highlighting the tops of my cheekbones, the bridge of my nose, and my cupid's bow. That is all that I'm going to be doing to my face. So now I can finish up my eyes. I'm going to be using that espresso color that I used to define my crease to define and smoke out my bottom lash line. This is to add a little more smokiness to my look, and it also puts the look together a little more. And I'm going to add a black, this is like a blackish blue, to my waterline. I really like using darker colors. And then I'm going to use a black shadow to set my waterline so that it stays a lot longer. Make sure to do this if you want your waterline to not come off. Then I'm going to add a little more of that espresso color and smoke it out a bit more. And I'm going to be using the color Showtime from MakeupGeek's Foiled Shadow Palette to accentuate my inner corner of my bottom lash line. And to highlight my inner corner, I'm going to be using 10K. Just a little more bling. Then I'm going to go in with my mascara, which is Maybelline's Telescopic, which is the best mascara. It makes you look like you have on falsies. See? And if you mess up like me, just wait for it to dry and use some Q-tip. Now I'm going to be applying my lipstick. I mixed two colors together and they were both by Maybelline. One was from the Reds line and one was from the Nudes line, which I will have linked below for you guys. Alright, and this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching.